No matter where you go, there you are, unless you forget where you're going and then you're there. It's a new movie and we're talking about it.
We're talking about the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. Hello, everybody, and welcome to OPINIONish. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Travis Dale with Critics.com.
Critics.com. There you can find out the next movie you're going to watch, what you think of it. Maybe you can rewatch it as well. Travis, of course, a movie reviewer. Is that the best way to call yourself for that?
Yeah, movie critic. It's CRITTICK.
You know, yeah. Which another hard word to spell is Odyssey.
Yeah,
because it's that Y they throw.
I drive a Honda Odyssey, so I'm already aware. I'm well aware.
Until Nissan makes an idiot. I'll have to wait for that. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, and I'll hand the stage over to you. This is the highly anticipated movie of the summer.
Christopher Nolan. Chris Nolan's epic, The Odyssey. This is one of the oldest stories ever written. The Iliad and the Odyssey were Homer epics thousands of years ago, before Christ. This is a massive, big-scale Hollywood movie, and they don't make these like these anymore. These sword and sandal epics like Spartacus back in the day. We had cast of hundreds of extras and actual on-the-ground filming locations, not CGI backgrounds in studios. This is like the real deal, and it delivers. It is a phenomenal movie. You were at the screening. You were actually front and center.
Okay, so I have to say something. So we were running behind because of weather, and Liza, she gets off her job a little bit late, so we rushed down there.
Yeah.
When you walk in, it literally just started. We looked everywhere. And
it's dark,
very dark. And we were waiting for a bright scene to come pop up. And finally, we just go, let's go sit down. The only seats we could find was literally very front row center. And it took about 20 minutes for my eyes to get used to it all. But once it did, man, I really absorbed it.
We saw the 70mm version of the movie. Now, they shot the majority of the movie on IMAX screens. It's like the longest film actually shot almost entirely on IMAX. I don't think we were not in the IMAX theater because that's the big IMAX screen. Okay. So that would have been overwhelming sitting that close. Like you were literally blown away. We actually had 2 seats saved for you back in the back, but it was too dark.
Here's the thing. I turned off my phone before I came in, and you had texted me, so I never got that text.
But I did have to take a pee break at some point. I'm trying to remember what point so I could tell listeners like when to go. But I went down to try and retrieve you at some point, and I popped up out of the darkness. I was like, "Hey, we got to see
really was
real quick."
It was weird because I looked at Liza and I just saw this out of the shot. You were wearing your glasses, so I wasn't. And I walked in, and also you popped up. And you're like, "Hey,
so I was already gone by the time you realized it was me." You're like, "Oh, that was Travis." What did he say?
Eliza's like, well, "We're already."
Because I'm in the very front. The movie's right behind me. I'm trying to be low and quiet. Hey,
it's funny.
2 seats up. Anyway,
still a great movie, man.
Yeah. Full blast. It's still great.
That close to the screen, it still was a great movie.
Okay, so it's a theater experience. No matter where you sit, it's worth going to see it in a theater. Try and go see it in 70mm IMAX if you can, because that is the full intended effect that Chris Nolan wants his audience to see. Yeah. We were in the back, but we got the full impact. It's a little under 3 hours long. But it's an adaptation of Homer's epic, and we all read that in 9th grade.
Well, here's the thing. That is the biggest problem I have is why Hollywood can't come up with the original. Like, why did they rip off Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Why? Out of all
that
movies,
is a fantastic adaptation of the Odyssey.
I think, matter of fact, people, once they go see this movie, should go watch.
Absolutely.
And they'll catch more like the instead of the Cyclops, the guy with the podcast, the food, and then everything. The
sirens.
The sirens.
Yeah.
You should go and watch that movie afterwards. But we're talking about
hilarious.
Now.
I love it. And so it's a great companion to this, but this is the actual story. Yeah. We've never seen it like this before. No one's ever adapted this way. There was an NBC or miniseries back in the 90s with Armand Assante.
I remember that.
Starring as Ulysses, or as Odysseus. There's the Greek version and then the Latin version. I think there's 2 different.
Is that right?
Yeah, it goes by Ulysses and other stories, but this is Odysseus' story. Matt Damon stars as him in this movie.
Again, trying to get home.
Yeah, trying to get home, but it's a stacked cast. He has everybody, and he likes to work with the same actors. You know, he worked with Matt Damon in Interstellar. He worked with Anne Hathaway in Dark Knight and Interstellar and Dark Knight Rises. Robert Pattinson's in it. He's slimy. He's like this weaselly would-be suitor to Anne Hathaway's Penelope.
But he was good. He was horrible.
Deliciously vile.
He's a great actor, but a horrible person.
Yeah, it's a character in this movie. So a lot of the performances off the charts. I really like John Bernthal. He was Menelaus, Agamemnon's brother.
Okay.
The good in battle. Tom Holland's excellent as his son Telemachus.
Good job on all these names, man.
I'm trying. But yeah,
really good.
Tom Holland's great in this movie. I think it's maybe one of his best performances. And I love him as Spider-Man. But it was really powerful because he's like...
my dad's coming home.
So he's got his childhood, but he's trying to be a man. He's challenging his mom to give him the throne. And Anne Hathaway's phenomenal also. She's like kind of obscured behind this curtain for most of the film. She's behind this room weaving this shroud and trying to keep these suitors at bay because all these men are trying to vie for her hand, and they're taking over Ithaca.
Once she finishes the shroud, then
but she keeps unweaving it at night. And so this is a story that we like I said, I read in freshman year of high school, and so he can't take many liberties with the material because this is one of the oldest works ever written. But he does execute the film amazingly. Yeah. A lot of the side quests, the way he tells the story also is told in a lot of flashbacks, and that's like in the story also. So you have one story on Ithaca with Anne Hathaway's character and Tom Holland waiting for him to return. He's gone for 20 years. And then it's him. He's stuck on an island with Calypso as Charlize Theron's character.
Gosh, she's beautiful.
Oh, my gosh. She's amazing in this movie.
And great actress.
Yeah. And he's slowly regaining his memory and then recounting his tale of his journeys through the Trojan horse war and then trying to make it back home.
Can I say something about Trojan horse? I thought that was a great way to tell that story.
Brand integration with Trojan condoms. I know.
But you never thought about the guys inside of it, like how bad it would have been. And then some of them drowned.
And apparently they were in there for months waiting for them to be discovered. And they had somebody on the outside that wasn't aware, and that was played by Elliot Page. Worked with Chris Nolan before, another stable of actors, as Ellen Page back before he transitioned in Inception. So he likes to work with these same actors, and that was a very big role, maybe the biggest role that the actors had since transitioning.
I believe so. I think it makes sense to work with who you know, especially when you're talking about such a, I don't want to say the word important, but like you said, you can't change, you can't give a lot of liberties to this film because it has to stay on track.
And so a lot of the scenes, it's a lot of side quests that he's recounting, like the encounter with the Cyclops, the Sirens, Circe, the witch that turns men into pigs and animal stuff. That's a really cool scene. A lot of cool moments, but it started triggering my memories from the miniseries I watched as a kid, the book I read as a student. And so you're seeing all these played out in live action in ways you've never seen it before. And it's all done with phenomenal performance from every actor. I mean, it's a stacked cast.
Yeah. You had mentioned about reading it. I remember reading it, but I've forgotten the stories.
I can't remember if it was 9th grade or earlier, but it's around middle school early, yeah.
And I was like, and then once he got home, I'm like, man, I've seen this story before.
Yeah, right.
And I go, why do I? And it was running, and I kept thinking about that.
Did I imagine it? I remember the miniseries, and then I also before
the Return.
I watched The Return, and that is a movie. It's on Paramount Plus. Ray Fiennes plays Odysseus, and it's just on the homecoming. So it starts with him washing up on shore. He's returned home finally after 20 years in Ithaca. And then it's slowly re-infiltrating in secret. He disguised himself. And that is a really impactful movie. It builds up the tension over 2 hours of, his revenge, essentially.
It is. And
it's
that's
very
like
satisfying.
the last part of
that's the last part of Chris Nolan's movie. And it does build up and is a dramatic and impactful payoff. It's like it becomes John Wick for a second there.
And it's really
it's
cool.
Badass.
Right? I felt like that,
but it feels
in comparison to the other
a little. I mean, the movie felt drawn out until that point, and then that felt a little bit rushed. I wanted to sit with it a little bit longer because it's so.
Which movie?
Chris Nolan's.
You felt it was drawn out.
I felt the movie up until the homecoming's drawn out, and I'm waiting for that point for him to get home because I mean I don't feel like it was slow at all. I just feel like. It's a bunch of side quests where they go to an island, and then it's like, oh no, run away, Cyclops. It's like, it reminded me of Monty Python a little bit.
I get what you're saying. Okay, all right.
So they get on an island, and then, something happens. Oh, there's giants. Run away. Oh, there's a witch. Run away. And then they're back on the boat. And that's but that's the story. That's the story that Homer wrote. And so it's interesting seeing these little side quests, but what I was waiting for was the homecoming, the revenge, the dog. That is like the most powerful part of the movie, honestly, emotionally wise, because he has Odysseus has a dog. He saves as a pup, raises it, but then he's gone for 20 years. Dogs don't naturally live for 20 years. And so I think that is the most emotionally impactful part of the movie, because the dog waits until he gets home and then dies.
Right then.
And it's very emotional in that movie, The Return, also. I think maybe a little more emotional.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
it was great, man. He was really good.
You really underestimate Leguizamo. He's put in the work for years, and he's a fine actor. And I think he's never been better than this.
I agree.
Excellent. I love this character in this movie.
Yeah, he's really good.
Loyal to the end, and so yeah, just the cast is incredible. It's so many people, too many to name. There's a lot of controversy, hubbub about casting with Zendaya as Athena, and then Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. It's not an issue at all.
Yeah, it is not.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know why they were. It didn't even occur to me. And then,
probably because of race, but who cares?
That's exactly
it's
right.
Great. Yeah. Travis Scott is the bard in it. I didn't even recognize him. He was the guy who was telling the story of Odysseus.
Yeah,
the song of Odysseus, and I mean, it's just a fantastic movie. With critics.com, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars out of 5. This is like they don't make these anymore. And a Chris Nolan movie is an event movie. It's some of his favorite movies. Interstellar is one of my favorite movies he did. Now, that's another story about a father who's gone from his family. He's gone from his home, trying to return.
Yeah.
I feel that movie had more of an emotional urgency for him to get home, because even in some of the soundtrack, the scoring of his movies, there's like a ticking clock in the back of the head. He did it in Dunkirk. He did it in Interstellar. The soundtrack by Hans Zimmer in those movies, it creates this sense of urgency subconsciously in your head.
It's
you can hear
slow. It picks up.
It picks up, and it's like, we got to get going. That didn't have it as much in this movie, and I didn't feel like, because he was so adrift, Odysseus so adrift so long, that he starts to forget why he wants to go. He maybe not even doesn't want to go home anymore. You don't know. But his family wants him home, but he isn't as emotionally connected. So as an audience member, I wasn't as emotionally connected. I knew he was going to get home because I know the story, and I knew it was going to be delicious when it happened, and it was. It pays off. Yeah. So, 4.5 out of 5 stars, nice. Critics.com.
I think it's a great movie to be able to take your teenage kids through. I think it's edited well enough to where the story flows really quickly. Right. So I think that's a great review as well.
Yeah, it is a long movie, but it doesn't feel...
I didn't feel like 3 hours. I did not. And I was because I was really involved in
maybe that's just me. I just wanted it to get... I'm like, it's going to be so good when he gets home. They're going to get it. And they got it.
They got it. All right. Cool stuff there. And of course, folks want to see other places that other movies you've reviewed.
Critics.com, baby.
All right, very good. And again, OPINIONish, you can check us out, OPINIONishpodcast.com. Join us on social media. Just look for OPINIONish. I got one. He's got reviews too. This has been OPINIONish, a mini episode.
Matt Damon.
About the Odyssey.